YouTube, Kurt Curtis. I'm a part-time eBay seller. I take the profits I make from eBay and I invest into dividend stocks. In today's video, I'm going to show you everything I sold on eBay throughout the week. I'm also going to show you everything I picked up, everything I sourced, and then maybe talk about a few things after that. Let's get right to it. Let's go over everything that sold throughout the week before I get started. I'm not going to be going into great detail of what each item is exactly. If you want to see the details of the item, the picture will show up on the screen. You can pause the video and see exactly what it was. Also, I don't really say how much I paid for each item in most cases because a lot of stuff I get in like bulk lots type deals, and I just, don't actually know like per fraction of a penny how much each thing was. Or something ended up not getting listed right away, and then by the time I listed it, I don't remember exactly what I paid for it. I just know I got it cheap enough to make money based on what I sold it for. But that's that. First up, sold this Thing Marble card, sold for $2.99. Sold a health and beauty item, ended up selling for $19.99. Sold this makeup palette, ended up selling for $12.41. Sold a bench warmer card, sold for $1.99. Sold another bench warmer card, this one sold for $1.89. Sold this Jake Hager wrestling card AEW, sold for $1.89. Got this Daphne TNA wrestling card, sold for $4.74. Got this old expired Kodak film, this has been listed for a very long time, finally sold for $11.43. Sold a health and beauty item. This one sold for $29.99. Sold a Guild Ball figurine. This one ended up selling for $15.65. I can't believe I still have some of these listed, but most of these are gone. These have been listed for a while. I had a ton of them when I started, and I'm down to just a few. Nice to see that sell. Sold a Storm card, sold for $1.81. Sold another health and beauty item, sold for $19.99. Sold a WCW Wrestling N64 game, sold for $8.89. Sold a DVD, sold for $13.19. Sold this Simon and Garfunkel CD that was sealed, sold for $8.69. Got this Hot Wheels car, ended up selling for $8.99. Got another health and beauty item going out. This one sold for $44.99. Another one going out. This one ended up selling for $34.99. I had one person pick up two Ghost Rider cards. This first one sold for $1.81. And the second one sold for $1.87. It's always nice when people buy multiple items, especially cards. You save a lot on shipping. Sold this laser disc, sold for $11.69. I haven't sold one of these in a long time. I'm almost considering taking down all the laser disc listings because they're just not selling. And that buy I did, I know I'm in the profit already. I just didn't make a lot of profit. I mean, I will if they all sell, but it's just they take up a lot of space and they very rarely sell. At least the more common ones that I have, but that's something I might do. I'm not really sure, but you haven't seen one of those pop up in a while because I haven't sold any in a while. So this Hot Wheels car sold for $14.24. I sold this lot of 8 books. This is books 1 through 8 in a series. This lot sold for $49.99. I paid $1.50 per book, so I had $12 into it. So not too bad. More than I'd pay for a book typically, but in this situation, I figured I could get that amount lotting them up. So pretty good sale there. Sold another Hot Wheels car, sold for $14.09. Got a bunch of health and beauty items going out. This one sold for $10.99. The next one ended up selling for $19.99. Next one ended up selling for $39.99. And next one ended up selling for $34.99. Sold a soccer card, ended up selling for $2.29, and got more health and beauty items going out. This next one sold for $19.99. And the last item of the week is another health and beauty item, also sold for $19.99. So pretty good week here for me, a lot better than last week and the week before and all that. So it's nice to see that. But I listed. It's really what it comes down to. I listed more this week than I normally did. If you want to sell stuff on eBay, you can't just source stuff and throw it in death pile. You got to list it. You got to list items consistently. And I know I don't always do that, but when I do, typically you'll get results. There's always exceptions, but you'll get results. When you don't list, like last week, I didn't list as heavy. Terrible week. Just got to list stuff. But there has been times where I've been listing a lot and sales just don't come in. But for the most part, they should. As long as you're listing quality items that people want and at a good price. All right, here is everything that I sourced throughout the week. Let's go over this real quick. First up, got some books here. Paid $1 for this one. Based on recent comps, this should be about a $30 book, so not too bad. Paid $1 for this one as well, hoping to get around $15 for it. And then this book I got for free, Stephen King Night Shift. Probably not worth selling individually. I might keep it just to read myself or put it in a Stephen King book lot. I haven't sold any recently because I haven't got around to making lots, But if you get like 10 copies of paperback Stephen King books and put them in a lot and price it right, they'll sell pretty quickly. I think I sold them for like $30 before, but it's been quite a while. So, you know, if you can get a book for 25 to 50 cents and you got 10 of them, you're in it for like $2.50 to $5, and you sell it for 30 after fees and shipping, media mail shipping. It's a nice little chunk of profit. The Stephen King books are pretty easy to come by. It's just you got to get them for cheap enough. You don't really want to pay $1 or $2 per book. And then, you know, then you're in it like 10, 20 bucks and you're selling it for 30. It's just not going to work. But if you can get them cheap, that is a strategy that works. We'll go over here. Got this Lady and the Tramp Disney Blu-ray that's sealed. Nothing crazy. Paid $1. I expect to get around 10 for it. I paid $1 for each one of these Truly skincare products. Those should be pretty good. Haven't looked them up, but they're probably worth at least 20 to 30 bucks. And then the rest of the books, I paid $10 for all these books. It ended up being 38 cents per book when I did the math and figured it out. So not too bad at all. So I have most of these books are not worth selling individually, but that's where you make book lots. This one probably is. I briefly looked this up and it didn't seem like there was that many available. The ones were available were priced pretty high. However, I don't recall seeing any solds either. So probably the people that have them listed have it priced too high, but this one is probably worth selling individually and it's in really good condition too. So not too bad. Here's another Stephen King book. Like I said, this is not worth selling individually, but now I could take this one and then I have this one, and now I already have 2 books for a lot. And I probably have more in here. I just haven't done that in a while. But yeah, I actually haven't heard of this one before. The rest of this stuff is like lottable. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But here, I'm not familiar with these, but they're 3 books. Seem to be the same series, same author. So that could be lotted up. Here's a Choose Your Own Adventure. This, based on the cover though, this doesn't seem to be one of the vintage ones, so I'm not really sure, but I just grabbed it. Matt Christopher book, just something else that I'll lot up when I get enough. These 2 books are books 1 and 2 in a 4-book series. Unfortunately, I just have books 1 and 2, so I don't know. I guess I could try lotting them up, selling them together, but it's just, I don't know if anyone's going to buy it. But I grabbed them anyway. I didn't know that when I grabbed them. Here I have a whole stack of Mary Higgins Clark books. These are all hardcover. I haven't looked up any of these books individually, but it is extremely unlikely that any of these are worth selling individually. So I'm going to check though. I always check just in case, because you never know. You'd be surprised sometimes. But I'm probably going to make lots for this. Now, if you're making book lots of hardcover books, just be careful because these things are heavy and you don't like this. I have 8 books here. I'm probably not going to make an 8-book lot. That's going to be a pretty heavy box. I'll probably split it into 2 4-book lots. Yes, they're books. They ship media mail, but you know, when you start getting close to like the 10 hardcover book box, like that's just a big heavy box. And I don't know. It's just not, I'd rather just make a couple smaller ones. Same with these Clive Cussler books. I have 8 hardcovers, 1 soft cover. I'll probably do 2 lots of 4 just because I don't want to be shipping like a 30-pound box. I don't know. But some people probably don't mind. I just don't feel like packing that up. This one says it's a signed copy. I haven't looked these up either, but very unlikely any of these are worth selling individually. This author is a massive author. Tons of his books are out there. These things are not rare at all. So, like I said, I will double check just in case, but I'll probably end up making lots. The only reason I can do this is I got the books for cheap, 38 cents. Like I said, I'm not going to be paying $2 a book and then making a lot. But if you can get books cheap enough, lotting them up on eBay is a good strategy if they're not worth selling individually. If they are, I would recommend selling them individually. But yeah, that is everything I sourced throughout the week. Not that much. It seems like more than it is, but it's just a bunch of books and then a couple items over there. So I was listing a decent amount this week, and I'm kind of running into the same problem that I did before I had the storage unit. I did eBay full-time for about 4 months at one point, and I was able to list a lot, obviously, because that's all I was doing. And I ran out of room really quickly in this eBay room that I have, and I had to get a storage unit. And it worked for what it was, but eventually I got a part-time job and then now I'm working full-time again. So I got rid of the storage unit. Most of you know that if you follow the channel regularly. But now that I just have the room, I know I have more shelves in here now, but it's getting a little cluttered. I'm listing stuff and I have to figure out where I'm going to put it before I list it. And that's always a problem. It slows you down. I've been saying it for a while now that I need to take out some old inventory that's been listed for 2+ years. It's taking up space. That's not going to sell. Even when it's on sale, it doesn't sell. It's just junk items. So I'm going to have to do that. Like I'm going to try to do that today, like after I edit this video and stuff. I just have to take the time to not list and organize and get rid of some stuff, donate it or something to clear up some space so I can make it easier listing going forward. But yeah, I think that's all I have to talk about this week. Thank you guys for watching. Stack dividends, sweep floors. Until next time. Get the broom.